Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a hell of a show for y'all. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due, because this particular video was inspired by something that Stephen A. Smith said today on ESPN First Take. As you guys know, yesterday's game one concluded with the Oklahoma City Thunder beating the living hell out of the Minnesota Timberwolves. They beat them by what? 26 points or thereabout. They beat them by a lot, right? They beat them by a lot. In that second half, they just blew the doors off of them in that third quarter and that fourth quarter. But going into the game, the two most talked about stars were Anthony Edwards and SGA. SGA has been living up to the billing. He will win the regular season MVP. And coming into this series, I believe he was averaging, let me see what his playoff numbers were, 29 points per game on 46.7% shooting, 27% shooting from the three, if I'm not mistaken, 84% shooting from the free throw line while getting you 5.8 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 2 turnovers a game, 1.6 steals. Coming into this game, Anthony Edwards, these playoffs, is averaging 25.7 points per game on 44% shooting, 38% shooting from three, 73% shooting from the free throw line, while getting you 8 rebounds, 5.6 assists, 2.5 turnovers, and 1.4 steals. And at the end of last night's affair, SGA finished that game, although he didn't shoot a great percentage, with 31 points, 2 turnovers, 3 steals, 9 assists, 5 rebounds, but he did attempt 11 free throws, and he shot 37% from the field. Anthony Edwards, who has the biggest mouth on the court, he scored 18 points. He led his team with a negative plus minus of negative 23. He had, 3 assists, 4 turnovers, 9 rebounds, 71% shooting from the free throw line, and 38% shooting from the field with 18 points. And at the end of the game, I'm saying to myself, yeah, this guy isn't Kobe or Jordan, because a lot of people have been trying to compare him to him. So as I was watching ESPN First Take today, Stephen A. Smith brought up a very interesting point, which was, as he's watching this series unfold, he goes back to remember some comments that Magic Johnson had responded to when Anthony Edwards made those comments about Kobe and MJ being the only players back then that had skill. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute now. This dude is getting exposed right now. But before we even get into what he had to say, today's video is brought to you by a sponsor, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. PrizePicks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on PrizePicks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love PrizePicks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is quickly read what he had said then from an old ESPN NBA on ESPN post. He said, "They say it was tougher back then than it was now, but I don't think anybody had skill back then. Michael Jordan was the only one that really had skill. So that's why when they saw Kobe Bryant, they were like, oh my God. But now everybody has skill." Ant-Man. If everybody has skill, you ain't looking like you one of them. For a dude that said those dudes don't have skill, you sure have been struggling a lot. If you are so skilled, why are you struggling the way that you are? The fact of the matter is this. Anthony Edwards is nothing like Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan at all. Now, the media may try to make it seem like he is, but he's not. He may have a similar size and build. He may have similar athleticism. He may play defense. He may talk a lot of trash. He may play with a lot of bravado. But the fundamental thing that separates him and Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant was the production, folks. You can't compare them. Anthony Edwards right now, if I'm not mistaken, is 23 years old. Let's look at what Kobe Bryant was doing at the age of 23. Let me see. Do they have his age here? Okay, they don't have it by age. So I think Kobe, okay, so 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I'm 22 years old, or 23. Kobe was averaging, playing along Shaq, 29 points per game on 47% shooting from the field in the playoffs, 32% shooting from three, 82% shooting from the free throw line, 7.3 rebounds, 6.1 assists, 3.2 turnovers, and 1.6 steals, and 0.8 blocks, with a plus minus that playoffs of 13.3, helping Shaq win championships. And if you saw Kobe at 23, you can't compare Kobe at 23 to Ant-Man. They're in two different universes. Like Kobe at 23 was way better than Anthony Edwards at 23. Let's look at Michael Jordan at the age of 23. Let's see what Jordan was doing. Let me see. Do they have his playoff numbers here? Okay, they don't have his playoff. Oh, they do have his playoff numbers. What was Jordan doing at the age of 23? Let me see. Games played. Let me see. Do they have? Yeah. So Jordan at the age of 23 was averaging, you know what? He only played 3 games. Let's go to the age of 24. Oh, 23, he was averaging 43.7, but only 3 games. 24, he was averaging 35.7, only 3. Let's do the one when he played 25 games in the playoffs. That year, Michael Jordan averaged in the playoffs in 25 games, 36.3 points per game. You heard me right. On 53% shooting. You heard me right. 33% shooting from the 3. You heard me right. 87% shooting from the field. You heard me right. While for free throw line, while getting you 7.1 rebounds, 4.7 assists, 2.4 steals, and 1.1 blocks, while averaging 36 for the playoffs, not for a series, for the playoffs. Do that remind you anything of Anthony Edwards? Or the numbers I mentioned of Kobe Bryant? Does that remind you anything of him? I don't think so, Scooby. So for a dude that was making fun of an era that he believed had no skill, you're then saying that this era is so skilled. So why are you struggling so much? Why is this exceptional skill that we're supposed to be seeing? When you're playing with less physicality, more freedom of movement, more spacing, where's this physicality? Anthony Edwards is a great player, but he has to be careful of something. He's talking too much. Ant-Man is talking like as if he's Magic Johnson, LeBron James, Larry Bird, Kobe, or one of these guys that have the jewelry to back up all of that bravado and all of that talk. He doesn't. And if you're not going to have all of the jewelry, you got to have the production. And thus far, he wasn't even the best player on his team last night, for his team last night on the floor. It was Julius Randle. Julius Randle, one can make an argument, has been their most consistent player these playoffs. So maybe Ant-Man needs to do a little bit less talking and a little bit more producing on the court. And this is why, when you don't think before you speak, comments like that come back and bite you in the butt. You're looking really bad, my boy. You're going to have to pick it up a little bit. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We'll catch you on the next show. Peace.